I've fallen and can't get up. Mr. Arden, please don't continue approaching.
You leave. Yes. Trash Jesus is coming.
Yeah.
Alright.
I really wanted to try and do an impression of him then, and I couldn't remember any of his lines, so my brain just died.
My absolute favourite line from him is from the Kingsglaive movie. I watched this fucking terrible movie just to watch his like 2-minute scenes in it.
Yeah, I watched Kingslave for the same reason.
Yep. And it's when he walks into the throne room and he's basically like waving to all the like nobles up in the like balcony, going, "Hello, hello there, good to see you, and you, and you."
Yes.
Oh, that's
Wow,
my
what a
friends.
smarmy
It's like,
bastard.
Yeah,
I
he's the
love
best. Everyone loves Arden. Arden is the best.
you. Anyway.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll put it back in the pants now.
It's fine, it's fine.
Yeah. Everyone in Phoenix Wright has cool clothes, but no one has as nice a coat as Arden.
I mean,
He has a
citation
very
fucking
pretty
needed. That
coat.
man looks like a trash bag.
Well, then in 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone and welcome back to 4 Pixels. Cuckoo is here with Saku and Rosh and we are continuing Ace Attorney investigations.
Hello.
Hello. We are ready. This kidnapping wasn't planned by just 2 people alone.
And what kind of proof do you have of that?
Quite simply, there were 3 kidnappers.
3?
4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West area's back room. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. But as for the other 3, we can assume they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a 3-man group, or 3-person group, if we're going to be all
Or a
quality.
blue man group.
And I believe this 3rd person is the real mastermind behind the kidnap.
Who? Who is this mastermind?
It's Arden Azunia.
We were just talking about him.
I present to you the brains behind the kidnapping.
Gumshoe. It's gotta be Gumshoe.
I would love it if it was Gumshoe. If he was the brains behind some big kidnapping.
He just sort of turns around and he goes, "So, you found me out?"
It'd be like the end of The Usual Suspects. He stops walking with a limp and, he's gone.
No, obviously it's Persona Boy, innit? What's a motto?
Right? Yes! This abduction was, in fact, schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us.
Did you see the faces of your kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces. But 2. One was a woman.
However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is in direct contradiction to what he said.
I mean, he could have just not seen the 3rd, but alright.
I mean,
I'm a lawyer.
But I know I only saw 2 people. This guy was being held hostage. It's possible he couldn't see all 3 of them, like Coco said.
Ah, yes. About when you were being held. I have my doubts about what happened then, too. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive?
I really don't remember much anymore, honest. But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you?
Nope. Ching! I look at you and
I was kidnapped yesterday morning.
he says it so nonchalantly.
They had me shut in that room, blindfolded the entire time. But the kidnapper suddenly disappeared around the time I had rain fall outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone. But you still have the one.
Oh, baby. Everyone's into some weird stuff.
I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could.
How many people are going to be handcuffed in this game?
Not enough.
I mean, we're running a tally right now. Through the underground passageway, I presume.
Are you okay? Sorry, I didn't really want to recall that horrible ordeal. But now you believe me, right?
No, not quite yet.
Ah, how can you not? Why do you look at me with icy daggers in your eyes?
My special move.
Because he's a prosecutor, and because they're all like that.
I'll have you know, Agent Lang, a prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth.
Citation needed.
Yeah.
And should they be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it. It reads.
Mhm.
There is a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push it a little.
Push it.
Push it down the passageway. Where are you going?
I was kidnapped yesterday morning.
Can you tell us about when you were abducted in a little more detail?
It was a strange morning. I felt like I was right in the middle of a great calm.
And where were you experiencing this calm?
A family garden, of course. Where else could it have been?
Jeez, dude, calm down. I just asked. Excuse me for asking. The child is more princess than prince. That's sexist, Edgewood.
Oh, sorry, I
Don't
don't
sure
talk
of
to
him.
sexist people.
No, you shouldn't. I feel terrible. Let me apologize. I didn't mean to imply that you were weaker because you were a princess. Princesses are great and on.
Yes, we've all played Legend of Zelda. Now, I was out taking a walk to shake off morning blah. Then, out of the blue, someone from behind claps a hand over my mouth.
Sorry, I minimized the screen by mistake.
No, you are fantasizing.
Shut up! Stop calling me out like that! I was pressing too many buttons.
Oh.
I bet you are.
We all know why that is. You didn't see your attacker. Yeah, I know. Oh god, it's getting worse.
They must have used some drug to knock me out.
Haha, then what?
Oh dear. Because before I knew it, I was off in La La Land again. When I woke up, I was in the kidnapper's hideout already. Tied up. Saku, take it down.
You've been reading my fanfiction.
They had me shut in that room, blindfolded the entire time.
By that room, you mean the room the kidnappers hide out, correct?
Yes, but I was blindfolded all the time. Until I...
Oop, could you repeat that line? I cut you off.
Oh, sorry. Yes, but I was blindfolded all the time. I didn't know that until I made my...
Oh no, you were getting cut off a bit.
Oh.
Do you get it, Coco?
Yeah. It cut off some parts again, but good enough.
Cool. Then you were in the same room as your kidnappers.
They spoke in hushed tones, but I could catch bits of their conversation. It was definitely two people, and one of them was definitely a... I was so scared. I couldn't tell. I could tell they were nearby, so I didn't dare make... But the kidnappers suddenly disappeared around the time I had rained inside.
The kidnappers disappeared.
The room fell into a sudden silence. I had been left behind like an unwanted mutt.
And what do you mean by unwanted mutt?
Who wouldn't want a dog?
What a pointless question. It's not like he's going to tell you anything new, you know.
It's a poetic simile. You should learn how to use them too. You may look refined on the outside.
Whoa,
Sorry, pause for anime moment.
that was amazing.
But it's no good if you're not as refined on the outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck.
And those cuffs on your wrists. I suppose you are still cuffed in that case.
I am well aware of how I am chained to reality. I couldn't find the key, so I'm afraid that I'm stuck like this. It's not like we've got a big, rough policeman who might be able to do something about it.
Eh?
Ah.
So- Keep hinting, he'll get there.
Even though I escaped from that jail cell, I will forever be a prisoner.
He's just
I
happy
can't-
to stay like that forever.
I kinda love this, dude.
It's like, well, I guess this is my life now. That's okay. When I come to change my shirt, I'll be really upset, though. Just have loads of shirts bunched up around his wrists.
I made my escape and ran away from that room as fast as I could.
How did you manage to escape?
I wanted to just get out of there, but the door outside was locked. Which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape.
I remember our escape to be equally as hard. This is an invaluable piece of testimony. I mustn't let it go unexamined.
The door leading outside was locked tight, so I had to use the underground.
By underground passageway, do you mean your butt? Do you mean the one, the one the staff uses to travel unnoticed?
I suppose that's what it's for, but I didn't run into any staff members. And once I was up top, I was busy trying to find a member of the police.
Yeah, the police tried to top, but they're not great. And that is when you found us. Sorry, I was reading something that was nothing to do with what you were talking about. And that is when you found us congregated at the stadium, I suppose. Let me ask you then, how did you get a hold of the key to the underground vault?
That was easy. It was hanging right there in the room.
How did you see it when you were blindfolded? I do recall a key hanging on the wall right beside the table.
Boy, does that bring back memories of our situation and how we made our escape.
Indeed. And although the door in the floor of our room led to an underground room, the door in the floor of the room next door had a secret passage.
Well, that was a lot of doors, a lot of floors.
A secret passageway under a theme park. Ooh, that just sounds like so much fun.
Sounds like the setting for a horror movie, but you know, you do you.
Yeah, you would go there. We know where my mind goes, and we know where your mind goes.
Listen!
Coco is an enigma.
Milk bottle falls over.
I wonder if there's something off about the way Lance made his escape, apart from the handcuffs and all the other weird stuff.
No, it was kidnapped just in the morning. Sorry, it's because he's just repeating it now.
Oh, right.
I have already talked to you about this, but I'll
Sorry,
talk you
I
again.
kissed you already.
Oh,
We just had to
press
see that
again.
rampant sexism again.
Blah, blah, blah. What did we add to the testimony?
We added. Oops.
The doors and the floors and the doors and the floors. That was it. The very last statement. Is it this one? Locked. Yeah.
Wait.
Was it that one?
Oh, yeah, it is that one. That's weird.
Hmm.
Usually the arrows, like, they don't show the arrows anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's the last one.
It might not be that one, but usually it's the last one, right? That they add.
Yeah.
Maybe like, you were blindfolded, you couldn't see no things. But I don't know. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. That's...
Cause I think so. Nope.
No, because that was jamming the door, not the
Ah, yeah.
trapdoor.
Stay away from that trapdoor.
Cause there's something down there. Ba-dum, ba-dum.
Okay. The door leading was locked, so I had to use the passageway. Have we got anything for that?
Oh, the door wasn't locked tight, it was like,
Yeah.
jammed.
Yeah, maybe it's that statement.
Okay. Right on this one.
Yeah.
Jam.
You say that the door leading out was locked, but was it really?
We're talking about that room behind the saloon front, right? Look, I heard that it took quite a few men to get that thing open. Right, Sheena? Yes, that's correct.
Then take a look at this.
What's that? A sword? It's not an especially reliable. Who can...
Allow me to start from the end. My conclusion is that the door was never locked. It was simply held shut by the sword, which was used to jam the handle. Lan, even though your hands were cuffed together, you could still use them. If If that's the case, then why did you not just simply remove the sword and escape?
Why didn't I? I was disoriented. Yes, that's it. I didn't notice it.
As if I should accept such a bull-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. But you did not, in fact, possess the key to the door. That is why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own. Because you're a kinky... Never mind.
Stop projecting onto the guy, Ed. You've been You okay there, Saku?
I'm okay.
You've been making this guy out to be one of kin some time now. I wonder if you've forgotten something very important along the way.
If someone doesn't want a cup of tea, then don't give them a cup of tea. What would that be?
A motive! What else? Do you honestly think that an upright, pure boy kid
Oh, he's totally in there with him.
would hatch up a completely pointless scheme, such as kidnapping him?
It's only uptight pure boys like him who do this sort of thing. This proves that Lance did indeed have a motive to commit this.
Didn't he write a love letter? Can we look at that?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. To put it simply, Lance has a very urgent need for money. This is hardly your typical love letter. It is, in fact, a collections bill. It appears our upstanding boy has accumulated quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance?
Oh!
Looks like it's hard being the son of a rich man, too. So hard.
Oh, dreadful.
It must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your old man, huh?
Alright, I give up. I abducted myself.
Lance!
It's over, Lolly. In this life, we really are bound to our fate, after all. All I wanted was to go with you to a new town, somewhere where no one would know us. I wanted us to be well off with that $1 million. Now, that dream is over.
Oh, Lance!
Then you are giving yourself up.
Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my Lolly. Oliver even helped us with the plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back.
He turned on you.
Maybe he didn't want to split the ransom money. That's my guess. It happened almost right after you made the drop-off.
Nah.
When we were alone, he attacked me, Oliver. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep... We left him inside that room as Lolly and I made our game. We wore different costumes and split up. Lolly left first in a blue badger costume.
That would mean the person Officer Meekin saw was Miss Pop.
But right then, the old man just had to wake up. I was careless, and he tackled me pretty hard from behind. Sack it!
I'm sorry.
Then, Oliver put on a bad badger costume.
Oh my god!
A very bad badger.
If you know what I mean.
Did this guy just make all this up by himself? This whole game is just a dream Lance had.
It's just his fantasy.
Yeah. That's why Edgeworth was tied up on the plane as well.
We're just acting it out for the local fur cop. Will you leave us alone? Took the suitcase with the $1 million and ran. I contacted Lolly right away and warned her that he had a gun. They had no idea that they were related, but I thought that it could only end.
I still don't believe it! That person was not my father! Because if he was, I just killed my own father!
Lolly, then it really was you? Is she ever actually gonna cut that fucking bit of hair off?
That man was not my father! I mean, because at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with a 1 million in it. But that badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. There was a gunshot. The other person crumbled to the ground and I ran, scared for my life.
I think the big picture is finally coming into. Don't you? Lolly, forgive me. I didn't think it would turn into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you.
So, Miss Pops, she shot her own dad without even knowing who he really was?
If what she says is true,
Are you saying she's lying? But why would she lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve?
you'd be surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
What I mean is, listen very carefully to her confession once more, and you'll see. That's not what you mean, Edgeworth. What you mean is you're trying to teach her how to be a cool investigator. He's like, do it yourself, you listen.
That man was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium.
Pokemon Stadium?
Yes.
Please calm down. Let's slowly talk through this. Which Pokemon did you use?
Bidoof. But I.
Oh my god. All you have to do is simply tell us what happened at the stadium. What happened to Bidoof?
It's too horrible to say.
Bidoof.
It's on fire!
So it was a fire type. We're getting somewhere. Leave it to us to search out the truth. Can you do that for me?
Alright. So, at the stadium, there was also a bad badger pulling the suitcase with a 1 million in it.
That was the ransom money, wasn't it?
Yes, that's how I was able to identify Mr. Deakin almost immediately. It was all thanks to what Lance told me.
And what did he tell you?
Well, he called me on my cell phone and told me that Mr. Deakin had betrayed us and had run off with the ransom money. And about how he had a gun. But that badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead!
Oh, no he didn't.
Were you able to clearly see the gun?
Yes, I got a good look at it while it was pointed at me. Oh, Father, why would you try to shoot me?
Do you really think a father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth?
I don't know.
I don't want to believe it myself.
But it's true! My father's left arm was raised with a gun in it! Pointed straight at me! I'm about to die, I thought.
Miss Potts, add that to your testimony, please. Calm down, take a deep breath. And then would you allow me to please hear that last statement one more time?
Yay.
Yes, of course.
Good girl.
But that badger pointed the gun in his left hand at me, aiming to shoot me dead!
Yeah, we'll just go
We can,
ahead and present now.
do we press everything or present now?
That's why I used the gun I got from Lance.
You shot Mr. Deacon.
Miss Pops.
Yes, I shot him.
And that, as they say, is that.
Agent Lang, Miss Potts is far from done. She hasn't even finished her testimony yet.
You're gonna continue questioning her? What a waste of time.
Miss Potts, if you please.
Alright. There was a gunshot. The other person crumbled to the ground and I ran, scared for my life.
Did you take off immediately following the gunshot?
Yes.
And you didn't attempt to approach the victim at all after he was...
I was scared.
I don't blame you. I would have done the exact same thing. Poor Miss Pops. What will become of her, Mr. Edgeworth?
He seems to be telling the truth regarding what happened at the stadium. However, I don't believe it to be absolutely correct. Listen very carefully to her confession once more, and you'll see.
Her dad was right-handed.
Yeah, we has informations. We has a gun, we has a thing.
And the gun was only firing.
Yeah. What? Boom, bitches. I have here a dossier on you.
And with that, we will end this episode right here. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.